So, ladies, welcome to the Boss Up Your Life Masterclass. First and foremost, I want to tell you thank you for taking out the time to be equipped and inspired and empowered to begin to utilize strategies to begin to boss up your life. I am your presenter on today, and my name is Michelle. And again, welcome. So, this training is for you if you are a faith based woman who gives so much to others and you need a cup refill. You have the dream job, you have the house, you have the bills paid, but yet you feel empty inside. You are a professional Christian woman who is a go-getter, a leader, and that you give so much to others. You're a leader in your home. You're the boss in your home, that you're leading things within your home, and you're a manager, you're an executive director, but yet you want to be able to walk more fulfilled and on purpose. Or you may be a purpose that you know you have a purpose, but you need a little more clarity on how to be able to take those steps to walk towards your God-given vision. So today, I promise to share with you the number one roadblock that destroys your destiny and purpose, and strategies that you can utilize and implement within minutes to transform your life. And if you stay until the end, I will share with you the number one strategy to radically shift your life from ordinary to extraordinary. So let me introduce myself to you. I am Dr. Michelle Harris, and I am a holistic mentor and consultant, and I'm the CEO and founder of an award-winning agency, and I have over 16 years of mental health clinical experience of helping thousands of people to overcome depression, anxiety, and several mental health roadblocks. I am also a minister, so I have ministry background and providing ministry work and counseling to individuals in the community. And I am best known of how to help people to shift their lives quickly and efficiently. I also love to do workshops and empowerment sessions to be able to help people to push towards their destiny and purpose. And also I am lastly the author of 2 books, Healing from Invisible Wounds and The Stress Factor. So if you have the opportunity, check those out as well. So grab a pen and take notes so you can be able to take some tools and resources to be able to help along the way and along your journey. However, there are some questions that I would like to ask you first. Have you ever felt like you had days wherein you had to wear a mask to hide your feelings? Have you ever had moments more than not that you felt disconnected from God, even though that you prayed and you attend church regularly? Do you ever feel so busy taking care of others that you begin to feel empty inside? Have you ever had moments more than not of frustration, emptiness, and discouragement? Have you ever been so busy, you're helping others, but all on the inside, you're crying out for help because you want some help for you? Have you ever had a vision and goals that is right there in front of you, like it's right there, but you push them aside because you feel like they are just a dream? If you answer yes to any of these previous questions, please know that you are not alone. See, we all have been at that place wherein we may have had moments of frustration, that we have had moments of discouragement, wherein we have things and desires that we want to be able to work towards, but we have felt like there's never going to be able to happen. And we put things aside and we procrastinate and not push towards our dreams and things that we feel like God has for us, that we know that we have a purpose and a plan, but we don't walk in it. We've been at that place wherein we have all had moments of feeling like we're lonely, like we don't matter, like we may feel insignificant. But we know that we have to know that we have a purpose and a plan. And I want to let you know that you have a purpose and a plan, and that you are a precious jewel and designed by God. And that you may know that even though you may have those feelings, do not feel guilty. Don't feel any shame about it, because you have a right to have those feelings and to feel the way that you do. And no matter where you are in life, you may be at a point where you're at a good place, or you may be at a point where you at a good place and I want to be able to do better, or you at a place where I feel like I've gotten to a place where I'm so down. But no matter where you are, it's never too late to start again. However, I would like to share with you 4 huge roadblocks that may hinder you from moving forward and walking in your God-given vision and bossing up your life. Roadblock number 1 is society. Society tells us that we are supposed to have it all, that we're supposed to have the American dream, the money, the house, the white picket fence, and we're supposed to be able to work hard, play hard. We oftentimes work extra hours. You're supposed to be a hustler. Society tells us how to dress, how we need to wear our hair, what's trending. Society has a great impact on through social media, through television, to impact of how we view life. And then that can cause us to begin to compare our level of success to other people, that we feel the need to want more, to get the next phone, to be able to have more material things, the nice car, the nice house, the white picket fence, and the perfect school and the perfect education. And then that can lead to us to have unnecessary stress, lack of peace, that we're not feeling settled within ourselves because society has been an impact on us. And then you think about religious culture. Just pray about it and it'll go away. Weakness, whenever you're at a point of weak that you don't have faith. And I talk a lot about, in my groups about invisible wounds, that a lot of people are dealing with invisible wounds of family problems, invisible wounds of trauma, invisible wounds of depression, invisible wounds of anxiety, invisible wounds of low self-esteem. A lot of people are dealing with various wounds. We can go and talk about, pray for my cousin who has cancer or diabetes, but when people are dealing with suicide or having negative thoughts, that it's hard to be able to reach out. So a lot of times we may feel disconnected from God because we feel like he may should have answered our prayer by now, and we may be praying about things, or I may should have more faith. So if I don't have that faith, then I'm not a good enough Christian, or I may need to do more. And then we begin to have that period of loneliness because we're suffering in silence, because we don't really know how to reach out. Religion will have us thinking that doing tradition and doing various things will have you in good graces, and that you supposed to always have a smile on your face, and then we're constantly coming with masquerade masks because we feel like we need to be at a certain place. And then family values and beliefs of what goes on in the house stays in the house. That, we have times when, I can say for myself that, you have to be strong. You have to be an independent woman. Traditional family roles and responsibilities, values of money. How has that impacted you? Values on family systems, or if you had a family that was a supportive family, of what were some things that were taught to you, because some of those things can be a hindrance for you. And then we begin to have things that if we don't fulfill those family values and beliefs, that an elephant stays in the room because we didn't deal with family issues, and we didn't have any reconciliation and no restoration. And then, we have times when we feel inadequate because we're not able to fulfill those traditional roles. So they can often have an impact. And last but not least, the major roadblock that destroys your destiny is you. I know you are thinking, oh my gosh, I thought she was going to tell me something so deep. But it's you. What are your personal values and beliefs? What has been your behaviors? What is some of the self-talk that you tell yourself? Do you tell yourself, oh, this is not going to happen, or I'll do this tomorrow, or this will never be? Are you consistent? Do you consistently work on your goals, or do you have inconsistency? You start something out and you have your New Year's resolutions, or you have your goals, but you're not consistently pursuing those things. And then procrastination of, I'll do that later, or I'm going to wait for the right time and the right opportunity. So I'll just wait and just push it aside. And see, that can lead to having a lack of goal planning, that you're stagnant, that you keep going around in circles time and time again because you're not at a place wherein you can really work towards your goals. You keep going at a place wherein time and time again, I'm going to get there, but you're not really moving. You're not really going anywhere because you keep going around and around because I'm not really working towards it. I'm not being consistent. I'm constantly procrastinating. And I really don't have a defined plan to really get there. See, the problem with these roadblocks is that they hinder you from living your life to the fullest. And these roadblocks not just affects you, but it affects other areas of your life as well. It affects your family. It affects you on your job because I'm not really walking on my purpose because I'm not really feeling fulfilled. I'm not able to really work in ministry effectively because I'm not really doing the things that I need to do. Other areas of your life are already impacted as well. There are people who are needing you to walk in your gifts. But if I'm not working towards it and I'm allowing these roadblocks to hinder me, then I'm not going to be able to walk to my fulfillment and on purpose. So my question to you is, have you experienced or experiencing any of these roadblocks? How has society impacted you? Think about how your family values have impacted you. Think about how, things of me dealing with my Christian faith and my values and my beliefs and things that I have believed within myself, how that could have been a hindrance for me. How have I held my own self back? How have I been my own worst enemy in pushing towards my goals? So it is time for you, yes, you, my sister, all of us are at a place where we can hit the reset button and begin to transform our lives. However, to make this change, we would need to visualize it, believe it, and work it. So let's talk about step 1, visualize it. First and foremost, do not ignore your areas of improvement. Allow your weaknesses to identify what training, support you may need. Or if I know what my strengths and my weaknesses are, how can I outsource whatever it is that may be my weakness or my weak areas in my life? People that I work with, the thing that I really love is that they begin to identify areas where they need to do a work, where they need to develop a vision plan, and how I can help them in developing step by steps to be able to achieve their goals quickly and efficiently, that they're not at a place where they're just having a goal plan and just have, just a standard plan, but you having steps and action steps up under that to have a written vision and plan. And then to begin to build on your strengths. One thing that I pride myself in is to help people to begin to empower themselves to identify their God-given strengths, that they're staying in the posture as a student, but they're building on their strength with training, with resources, identifying their strengths, honing in on those strengths, building upon those strengths, and allowing them to push into their destiny. I love to be able to help people to be able to dream and begin to see their vision become greater. And I tell people all the time, when I'm in my sessions that, think about your financial goal and then 10 times that. Think about the house. And I talk about Ephesians 3:20, how God is able to give us exceedingly and abundantly. But are we ready for it? Envision your life greater. Visualize it. Visualize your life and envision your life greater. And then step 2, believe it. Know what you think you will be. Challenge yourself to think big, like I talked about before. Begin to challenge yourself to think big and know within yourself that you deserve to live your best life. You deserve to live your best life. And one of the things that I love when I work with my women in my groups and in my individualized consultations and mentorship is that I help them to begin to identify those false misconceptions that has held them back, that has been those things that's been trying to be a roadblock for them, to begin to turn around those things to be destiny pushers, to be able to take those false misconceptions and begin to take those things to push them towards their destiny. And then the most important thing is, like, in the process of me believing that you be your own best friend, that you take care of yourself in the process, that you have that times that you're doing simple things to take care of yourself. And I help women to be able to begin to develop some strategies, to develop a plan for self-care. And then to get a tribe of supporters. It's always important that you have people that's going to help support you, that's going to help push you along the way. Always have a tribe that's going to help hold your hand, hold you accountable, that you can rely on to cheer you on and push you towards your destiny. And then step 3 is to work it. Like I said before, one of the things that I work with my women is helping to give a defined plan. And what I do is we work together. And one thing with success stories of women that I've had is that they've been able to develop a plan, a defined plan of overcoming obstacles of anxiety, of depression, stress management, working towards their entrepreneurial goals that they thought were unachievable. They weren't going to be able to get it, but they were able to achieve, and to work from talking about it to doing. I am very solution focused and very at a place where, okay, we talked about it, so what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Some action steps, and how I can help you to remain consistent. Utilize your resources. Don't be afraid to reach out for help and to push forward. And, don't give up on you. Be your own cheerleader. Push forward. Like I said, the little engine that could keep chugging, keep tugging along, keep chugging, keep going until you continue to work your plan, write your plan, get some action steps. And one thing that I love about the women that I work with is to help them to develop action steps monthly, weekly, that they can utilize around their schedule to be efficient, and not just working, but having an efficient plan to work towards their destiny. An additional bonus strategy tips is to start and end your day with something relaxing, meditating, singing in the shower, journaling, enjoying your favorite cup of coffee, doing something to enjoy you. And as you put in your calendar of your list and responsibilities and things you have to do, make sure you do something to celebrate you. As I talked about, be your own best friend. Give yourself a massage, a dinner, a bubble bath. Give yourself a pedicure. Do something to take care of you. So, and one key additional strategy you can utilize to transform your life is, as I talked about, a mentor and consultant. As I talked about the various things that I do to help women to develop a plan, to develop action steps, to identify their strengths, to work on their individual goals, whatever it is, family-wise, personal-wise, whatever it is, for entrepreneurship. I give that personalized support, that objectivity, accountability, that confidentiality, and that guidance to help give you and steer you in the right direction, that you're not just going around in circles, that you have a defined plan, you have a defined action plan, and it's not going to be something that's going to be overwhelming. We're going to work step by step. We have personalized support, so I can give you these tips, but you have that personalized support and guidance along the way. So I know you are saying, oh my gosh, this is a lot of information. So the questions you may be asking is, okay, Dr. Michelle, okay, so where do I go from here? You said all this information. How do I begin to move forward? How can I overcome these obstacles? How can I really live my life on purpose? How can I release all this stuff and go to the next level? I'm ready to boss up my life and live my life to the fullest, but how do I get there? Where do I start? So if you ask any of these questions, you have already begun to boss up your life. You are taking the initial step to shift your life. So you're ready to be on top of your game. You see yourself as a priority. You know that you have a greater purpose and a plan, and you're ready to leave that past and move forward to greater. So you all may have personal goals. We all have different goals. So I can't answer them during this video, but know that I am here to help. So my special offer to you is my team and I have set aside some time to speak with you about how you can apply some of these strategies that I talked about, visualizing, believing it, and working it, and how you can begin to work towards your destiny and boss up your life. So what will happen is that we will get on the phone for about 30 minutes and we'll talk about your situation, your personal goals, and I will provide to you clarity on initial steps you can begin to take to work towards your life and transform your life. And guess what? This call is absolutely free. So you will have this time, this personalized time for you. However, you must be ready to take your life to the next level. You must be prepared to work. And if it is a point wherein we say, okay, we'd be a good fit, be able to provide input and support for you and guidance on how you can begin to be ready to do an investment in you. And you know it's time to make a change. You know that it's time to boss up your life. So if you are ready to take that point and you're ready to go to that next level, if you're ready to leave it all behind, what you can do is click on the button when it says schedule a clarity session now, and you can schedule a clarity session with me at your convenience, and you will click book now. And once you click there, you can choose a day and time, and I will call you at that appointed time. So schedule now. The time is limited. Do not wait. We are at a place where it's time to move. We have sat around long enough. We have sat on the sidelines long enough, and now it's time to boss up your life. Now it's time to go to the next level. So if you are ready, feel free to schedule a clarity call session with me. And again, I thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to connect with you. And ladies, let's go on and boss up our lives. Have a great day. And again, thank you, and connect with you soon.